Hi, I'm Delia.
I'm Enoch.
And we're,
No.
do we introduce Ella too? Is it Enoch, Delia, Enoch, and Ella? Hi, I'm Delia.
I'm Enoch.
This is Ella, and we're Leisure X Ventures. Now what? What do we say now?
And today we're going to do a behind the build of Yogi, my 2009 Nissan Xterra S.
We started this goal in 2019 to visit all of the national parks in the U.S. The first 2 years we were able to visit 52 national parks, and then we ran out of money, so we both had to start working again. And so working full time and doing this trip, it kind of delayed us. And so, but it also helped us save up money so we can come back to Alaska, because Denali was our first park that we visited. So working full time allowed us to save up money to come back to Alaska and visit the rest of the parks here. And there are 8 here.
Yeah, I like to make this joke quite often. If you want to jump into doing what we did in the speed and everything, how we did it, it's very easy. All you have to do is sell everything you own and disconnect from society completely and live out of your vehicle, pretty close to a homeless person. But I guess we were choosing to be in the vehicle instead of not having a choice.
The vehicle is our home.
Yeah, the vehicle is our home. Yeah, I mean, the biggest tip that I could put forth for anyone, and I think this is the most common tip that goes for almost anything in life when you want to accomplish it in our society, is you got to save money. That's bottom line. You have to have the money so you don't have to work to accomplish the thing you want to do. So however that balances for you, then that's the amount of money that you need to save, so it balances out for your life and your lifestyle and the way that you travel. But for us, we did exactly what I said. We sold everything we owned, and we jumped into this little vehicle behind us, and it's taken us everywhere we wanted to go and more. The build is always changing, ever evolving, as I like to say. I think the biggest future plan is to try to get some kind of hard-sided feature at the top. We're working with a couple of companies, and we'll see what pans out in the future. All right, so starting up front, we've got our Nismo front bumper. Hiding inside of there is our Warren 9.0 RC winch with a Factor 55 fair lead and ultra hook. Great combo, works excellent for us. Down on the underside, we run all aluminum sphere skid plates. Those have been holding up super strong for 4.5 years now. They've been really good. On the light side, nice stock lights here, but awesome aftermarket diode dynamic S3 pod fog lights. I'm also running the S3 Pro ditch light up here, which is a combo, so it's a fog and a spot together. We're super happy with those. We've been running those since we came up through Canada. It's been really nice. And moving into the front suspension area, we are currently running a 2.5 Radflow on a Titan swap suspension with reservoirs. We are running a high clearance upper control arm from All Dogs Off-Road, and this is the Titan version. They also have a Frontier version as well, but this is the Titan one. Super happy with this combination right now. We used a lot of it down in Johnson Valley, and it really put it to work, and it was a lot of fun. And around the side here, we've got the wheels. We're running the All Dogs Off-Road RB6 17s paired with the Firestone Destination MT2 285 70 R17s. Nice combo, I've been super happy with them. Underneath that, we are doing drilled and slotted brakes. Nothing fancy, just a A1 auto, I believe. But they've been really good as far as performance-wise goes. And if you haven't noticed, I've added a couple other modifications to the vehicle. Some of them have added horsepower, some of them have added aerodynamics. I like to think this has accomplished both. We've got aerodynamics and additional horsepower built right into this extra 2-inch fender. It's quite nice. All joking aside, the reason I have this installed is with the Titan swap, the wheel sticks out 3 inches. And this is at least covering 2 inches of the wheel, which has greatly reduced the amount of mud that flies up here. Typically this whole entire region up onto the tent would be covered in mud as well. So the next step now is to figure out a mud flap that could at least partially cover this, so it would mitigate maybe at least so my handle doesn't get covered in mud. That's kind of my next goal, but that was the main reason of installing this, is really to reduce the mud fling. And like when you're driving, just rainy conditions in general, everything gets flung up onto the windows and everything, and that's really helped a lot. So for a cheap price on Amazon of, I think it was like 60 or 70 bucks, and it was enough to do 2 fenders, and it just sticks on with 3M tape. I think it was a pretty good purchase. On the side here for protection, we have Hardcore Off-Road LLC out of PA. He makes some good rock sliders. And then up here, a good friend of mine, Elevated Overland, he made this for me, just a one-off little rung, so that way I can climb up into the tent at night and not have to go through the vehicle. Right at there, it brings me right to one of my favorite parts of Yogi, and this is kind of my show-off piece, of course. But it's all the national parks that we've been to so far. Right now we are currently in Alaska trying to hit the rest of the national parks, and super excited about these. It's a really cool way to show all the national parks that we've been to, and we'll talk about that little part of the trip a little bit more later. In the rear end for the suspension, I'm running the parabolic leaf pack from All Dogs Off-Road and the 2.5 reservoir from Radflow as well in the rear. Very happy with all that setup. It's been super smooth, a lot of fun, way too fast, but it's been really sweet. And we've got the ostrich wing 270 awning up on top here. In my personal opinion, this is one of the best ones on the market. Yeah, I'm super happy with that. Like most of the items I have on the vehicle, we've been testing them pretty hard for quite a while. So if it's still on the vehicle at this point, I've got to be pretty happy with the performance because we use these items almost every day. All right, jumping up on top of the roof, you can kind of take a peek and see we've got our traction boards. This is Xterra. They're a New Zealand company. I like their design. I personally think it's a superior design, and it's done really well for me so far. We've got AV Overland Supply aluminum boxes here. We've been running these for almost a year and a half now. Super durable boxes at an excellent price point. Above that is a Red Arc solar panel. It does good. Price point's too high, personally, that's what I think. And then we've got the Starlink right above that. I've converted the Starlink to a 12-volt system, so it does not utilize any AC conversion. I did everything through 12-volt, and I have that nice little build out back behind this magic door over here. And you can also check out our links and stuff in our bios, find the links for all the parts and necessary things you would need to do that if you wanted to. And this is a Big Country 4x4 Penthouse XL rooftop tent that I have highly modified to fit onto my vehicle. I have made this my roof. I've cut a hole inside of Yogi, and it has created a full pass-through into here. So I married these two together and had to do a lot of work to it to make it work as it does now. But it all started as a Big Country 4x4 penthouse XL tent, and it's one of the few companies that welds their entire frame together, and so that's a big reason why I went with them. Don't mind my dirty laundry. Let me move some of that out of the way. You gotta do the arch the back to get in here, but yeah. So this is the hole that I cut. Start right off the gate with that because I'm, sitting up through it. But yeah, this is the big hole. I'm pretty happy with it. I can stand up inside of here, plenty of room. I've done 2020 aluminum extrusion cabinets, bench, subfloor, and then I skinned everything with 1/2 inch plywood where needed, and anywhere that was non-structural or did not need to hold anything in place, we just did a 1/4 inch, basically Luan board on everything, and then everything is oiled with natural oils because I don't want to deal with all the other stuff. The natural oils is easy enough. I do it like once a month, oil everything up, and it's good to go. All right, so up top here you can see kind of more of the kitchen side of it. We've got our induction stove top here. We do all of our cooking on that. We have all induction friendly pots and pans. Over here we have our Dometic, I forget what they call these, Dometic Go water pumps. Been very happy with that. I just ran a line right into my 10-gallon water tank that sits inside of the cabinet, and it's just a simple double tap. Give it a second, pumps the water up from the tank, and then we'll start shooting water up. Here it comes, yay! There we go, nice and easy. And then this drain just runs right out to the driver's side rear tire and runs onto the tire. And our drain has mesh in it, so that way all food and stuff like that gets trapped up top. You don't want to have any of food or any kind of remnants like that coming out of your gray water, essentially. That will attract rodents to your vehicle, and that could potentially attract larger animals if you're in areas that have larger animals. So always think about where you're disposing your food at, because that brings other things to your campsite. Ranger Enoch lesson done. All right, so over on this side, underneath this red rag, this is our 15-inch by 34-inch tall truck refrigerator, and that is the brand, Truck Refrigerator. They primarily make these for semi-trucks. I've been super happy with this thing. We've been using it for almost as long as we've had this build in its current configuration, and it's taken a beating and it keeps on ticking. So very happy with that. As you can see, moving upward here, I'm not going to really show you because I have stuff here right now, but this is my bed platform. So it's on gas struts sitting on both sides, and this is just nice, pulls down, and we have a 4-inch thick memory air foam mattress. So we do air it up at night with a little device. It's pretty quick, it takes about 2 or 3 minutes to air up completely, and we can make it as firm or as soft as we want, so that we're happy with that. On the other side is another board which also flips up and down, which allows us access at any point in time. So I can pull this down, I get up on top of that, then we pull this side down, we fold the bed out, and then we're ready for bed. And then if we need to come down, say Delia needs to come down in the night or something, we can reverse this process and she can come down through the vehicle. Or for me, I go out the side because I'm crazy like that. And thanks for checking out the video. If you would like to follow along in the adventure of this Alaska trip that we're currently on, go to Braxton Clavin's YouTube channel and check us out on Instagram at MoLeisureXVentures if you want to follow along from our perspective on the trip. And also like and subscribe this video and All Dogs Off-Road.